Hello and welcome back to Cookie and the Haydens, and I'm Car Boot Chris, and we've also got, as always,
Batman. No, Robin.
Hey,
Bargain Bell.
Bargain Bell.
I was trying to think of the sidekick, but I came out with Batman instead.
Yeah, Batman's not the sidekick. Okay, so yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. In case you're new to the channel, sometimes I do a little intro, sometimes I don't bother, but in case you are new, I am a full-time reseller, predominantly eBay, sometimes Facebook, sometimes Amazon, a few other little bits and bobs. Annabelle outs out when she can be asked. But yeah, Annabelle is just as good at finding stuff as me, if not better sometimes. Because she's a bit more patient than I am. I tend to skip past things really quickly, and she spots things. She's a bit more
like supermarket sweep today.
Yeah.
I'd literally walked in and was just browsing the shelves, and he was like, "Right, we're done."
Yeah, I do the quick scan, and sometimes that means I miss the odd thing when I go back around. But you'll concentrate and find things. So yeah, we complement each other, don't we? Kind of. So yeah, that's who we are, just in case you are new to the channel, but thanks for joining us. Let's see who we've got in. Andrew definitely wasn't the first in. Linda and Gaz, hi guys. Steve Jackson says what's he doing?
Getting a
tattoo. Oh, you're going to watch it back, so hope it went well.
Yeah.
Mr. Mental's in, probably shouldn't call him that. Rebecca.
Isn't that his name?
Well, kind of. Yeah, in a roundabout way. Oh, Jason's in. Nice one. Thanks for joining us, Jason. Let's see. Actually, we've got some American bits and bobs here, in not from our trip, but from a vintage sale that we're going to show you in a bit. Oh, hang on a minute. What's this about Linda? We found lots of Disney plushes and Build-A-Bears today, and a lovely music box which we picked up last week for $2.50. So, oh, nice. That's a nice sale. But Build-A-Bears, yes, get in there. You're learning.
Why is Cookie she's just stood here with her meerkat Father Christmas outfit, just stood there like holding it in her mouth, looking at me.
Yeah, you can see what we're seeing. Oh no, she put it down.
She dropped it.
Yeah.
She's eating it now.
Never mind.
Oh no, she's got it. Look.
Yeah, hang on. Look, he's like, "Mummy, Daddy, what are you doing? Why do you have to do this on a Monday night when I want to play?"
What's this? What's this? Where's the bear that goes in it?
We've got Damien in. We've got Trotters in. Victoria. Oh, lots of people in.
Victoria's new to our live.
Excellent.
She's put a comment further down.
And new to the live, always good to have somebody new. So welcome. Don't be afraid to say anything. Ask a question in the chat. Make yourself known. We're all a friendly bunch of people most of the time.
Apart from Andrew.
Yeah, forget Andrew. Chris and Belle listening and doing homework. Ooh. You finished playing with the dog and we're in the middle of a show here?
All right.
Mr. Diggs is in. Okay.
Vicky Bluebird.
Are you a machine, Chris? Oh, when it comes to browsing for stuff, I kind of straight through, but I do normally go around for a second look. Yeah, thanks, Andy. Reminder, people, thumbs up, always good. Victoria said, better get the Build-A-Bear out of my son's cupboard. Yeah. It depends what it is, of course.
Don't show it, Chris, because I don't want any more Build-A-Bears.
If you've got licensed ones, they're normally the best. Or if you've got good outfits or accessories, that's always a good sign. Check out the African Gazelle Build-A-Bear.
Oh, we've had one. Was it the gazelle? No, we've had an African zebra.
Yeah. That was a good one. It was about 40 quid or something, that one.
Yeah.
Rewind resells and Simon. Hi, Simon. Okay, so that's kind of used up 5 minutes of the whole show. But good to say hello to everybody. And what we're going to do today is we are going to show you some pickups that we found at the vintage sale at the weekend. I went to a vintage sale in Manchester. It's a kilo sale, and let you see what we found, what I'm expecting to get for it or hoping to get for it, and see if it's worth it. So I've got a few items, not that many. We went to some charity shops today, this afternoon. If we've got time, I'll go through some of the pickups that we got there. And I'm going to show you some of the last week's sales, just a few little bits. Some good ones, some interesting ones, not necessarily all the best sales, but just a selection from the last week. So with all that in with our normal chat, should take up the hour.
But no death pile game.
No death pile game today.
Not yet. We will get back around to doing it.
We might bring it back.
People have voiced how much they enjoyed it. I think they enjoyed more our bickering at the rules. That was probably what they found more amusing than the game itself. So.
I'm just looking at myself there. I'm very clean shaven today, aren't I? I'm just like,
glad to see you concentrating on what we're doing, not just observing.
Where's my stubble gone?
Like. Rewind Resell says, Chris, I picked up a good Build-A-Bear, NHL New York Rangers.
Ooh, I bet that's a good one.
Yeah, you're jealous, aren't you?
Depending on what you paid for it. But what's this? The Bat Cave.
And
hi, Bargain Bell.
Apparently, I'm the only one here. Hi.
Yeah. Hi. Don't worry about me. I'm all right. Forget about me. I'm fine.
But I've not seen that name before. So
no.
Are you new?
Possibly new to the channel or a silent stalker.
Oliver has popped in as well.
Andrew says, I'm impressed that Chris has changed his clothes for this week's episode.
No, he's just taken the jacket off.
I actually was wearing the jacket and...
No, you weren't. You weren't. You had your Puma one.
Yeah, my Puma one, because I wore that the other day as well.
But that's not the one they're talking about. That what's the cheap make one that you've got?
It's not cheap. It's Hummel. It's class. Yeah, I've got something different on today. Sometimes you do have to wash clothes.
Oh, he only paid £2. That Build-A-Bear's just listed it for 45.
Excellent. Now that's a cracker. That is.
And Oliver's asked you to focus. Focus, Chris. Focus.
I know.
And not on yourself. Stop looking at yourself. Poser.
Okay, so
Batcave's just said hi to you. Not that you're an afterthought or anything.
It's fine. Don't worry about me. Jason, the Reselling Gamer Entwistle.
Is that a new one?
Possibly, yeah. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so let's crack on. If you've got any questions, as always, just put question or whatever. Just type. It's not mega busy at the moment, but feel free to ask any questions of us. If you've got a topic you want to talk about, put it in there. We'll see if we can have a chat about it. I'll just see what this one says before I crack on. I went to Vintage Kilo this Sunday. Yeah, I'll talk to you about the one that I went to in a minute. It weren't great. Not new, just added to my name. Oh, okay, no problem. You just want to confuse me because it's hard enough for me to remember people's names as it is.
And don't look at me, I'm rubbish.
Okay, so all right then, let's do this.
These are a few of my favorite things. These are a few of my favorite things. Easily remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad.
Okay, so I'm glad to bring back the little VTs.
You spent ages making.
I did. It took me ages. So I didn't go, wasn't the two of us because you were working, but I went to the Manchester Vintage Kilo sale on Saturday at Manchester University. I paid for the early entry, which I think it was £3 or something. So you get in at 10 o'clock instead of 11, but it looked like they'd sold a lot of tickets.
But so did everybody else.
Yeah.
It didn't help. Literally,
every man and his dog had bought that ticket. And for in my opinion, they'd let in far too many people on that early bird because it was just rammed. Couldn't move. And there weren't a lot of stuff really to choose from either. I was a bit disappointed. If you consider if you remember last time, I went to a slightly different Vintage Kilo sale, but the same principle applies. I spent nearly 400 quid I actually couldn't carry the stuff. It was that heavy. This time, one little bag, this big. It's on my Instagram, and about half a dozen items. But I think what I picked up was reasonable.
And to be fair, we are still trying to build the balance up after being away and spending a lot of money.
Yeah, I spent almost £600 whilst I was in the States. So I didn't really want to spend a lot, but if I'd have seen decent stuff, I would have spent it.
And it didn't stop us from going out again today.
Yeah, but we didn't spend a lot, did we? We never really spend huge amounts in the charity shops. So go on, I'll show you what we picked up. You keep an eye on the chat as always, Bargain Belt.
I just said to Oliver, we will get on to, he's asked about the move, so.
All right, we'll give you an
We
update
haven't
in a
got
bit.
any major updates, but we'll speak about it just before we finish.
So first item is this. It's a Gillette vest, body warmer, whatever you want to call it. Now, I did look this up and I've forgotten what the team is. I looked it up before we went on air. Bollocks. I've forgotten it.
We got some elevator music while we're waiting.
I'm not looking it up again. Oh, what was it? I can't remember, but this I'm hoping to get £30 to £40 on it. It's actually still got its tags on. Still got its Nike tags. It's not got the original RRP on it, but it's an unusual item. If you know that team, just pop it in. It's I looked it up and it's totally gone out of my head. Well, it was quite a nice item. So probably say 40 quid on that, with room for best offers there.
As you're going along, I'm going to throw in because there's a few people putting questions in.
Oh, okay.
So Victoria Plum said she's never seen a kilo sale around where she is, which is South Wales. So I don't know, how would you search for the kilo sales?
Just Google vintage kilo sales. There's 4 or 5 different companies that do it. There's like Worth the Weight, Vintage Kilo, Vintage something else. There's loads of them, but they go all around the country to different locations. So there'll be one near to you. I can almost guarantee it.
Reed Wine Retail wants to know why you're not sponsored by Hummel anymore.
Calvin Klein have gone up. Calvin Klein now.
And last one, Tommy Bernard said, do you think there's too many lives, or do you think they should be more asking for a friend?
All right. There are a lot of lives.
Never enough.
There are a lot. It's impossible to keep up. And I was mentioning it on the Tommy's live this morning because I don't normally catch it because I'm normally still in bed. But you guys were late and I was up, so I went in and we were talking about that. It's really difficult to keep up with.
Unless you're a full-time reseller who can just sit at his desk and watch him all day long.
There is that, yeah. Anyway, this I can remember is Pittsburgh Steelers. It's got a name on the back, Woodson. No idea who he is. But this is made by Starter, so we all know it's an official jersey. So 40 quid on that one. So what are we on there? 80 quid. That's 80 quid. I'm just seeing if there's anything.
Dave says, question. It says in your description that you are a car boot sale. Do you get trampled upon?
What, when I'm buying?
It says you're a car boot sale.
I'm a car boot sale.
Yeah. Have we got some wording wrong or something?
Oh, have I? I'll have to have a look at that. Sorry about that. Well spotted, Dave, if I've got a typo on there.
Yeah. Mad Tata says his wallet is terrified of the thought of the kilo sales. He know he'd get out of hand, even with his best intentions. Andrew is supposed to be going to his first one in Chester in February.
Oh, he's also said they have them in Cardiff and Swansea all the time. And Brum Reseller says you can buy in bulk from the companies that run these sales. Yeah, I've had an experience of that. But I've been to the run, but the people that supply almost all these sales that go on around the country is Glass Onion. And you can go to their warehouse on certain days per year, which I've done once, and I'm going to go again in February. And you can buy direct. It's a little bit cheaper. But I have also bought in bulk from another company, which I wasn't impressed with. It was a blind buy. Didn't have a good experience. So at the moment, I'm not going to buy from them again.
And for legal reasons, no.
I'm not going to mention the name.
No, we're not going to slate them, but
I wasn't happy with the quality that they sent me, basically. So I wouldn't recommend buying blind. Not off my experience, anyway.
Victoria asked where we went in America. We went to Atlanta and New Orleans this time.
Yep.
Lots of fun.
Okay, next one on the kilo sale is this. I really like this. It's a Ferrari Puma tracky top. It's a nice quality item. It's in pretty good condition. I like how it's got sort of the Italian flag colours. If you look down the zip there, the Italian colours down the zip, which is a nice little, and then on the back it's got that. But yeah, I would probably go 30 quid on that one. So what's that we're on now? £110, if it all sells at that price, of course. Before we get any more questions, I'll slip this one in. It's a Tommy Hilfiger Gillette.
Just slipping away out, yeah.
Gillette body warmer vest.
And he
stop being dirty.
And he keeps a straight face.
You're a dirty get. Yeah, I've sold pretty well with this kind of thing. I bought a few of these at vintage kilo sales. In fact, I sold one in the last week, which might be on my sales update in a bit. A brown Tommy Hilfiger for 25, and that was on an offer. So I'm going to aim for a similar. So I'm going to say £30 on this one. Great condition. So what's that? 140 quid. Big Steel says the extreme booters have been going to a few vintage kilo sales, picked up some good stuff. Yeah, I watched a video of theirs a couple of days ago where they'd been to one. Yeah, they got some really good stuff. It is one thing I would say about the vintage kilo sales. They are so hit and miss. It is so random what you're going to get. I guess you just if you're into that kind of stuff and you want to sell it, and I enjoy selling this kind of stuff, it's worth going, I think. And you'll see now, I've only picked up a few items, but actually the value is quite good on it. It's so hit and miss, though. It really is.
Victoria said, getting kilo sales are all closed, which is right.
Yeah.
Said, so what sort of things would you look for? New with tags and unusual things?
There's very rarely new with tags. Yeah. Very rare.
It depends what sort of stuff you're into, but it's mainly vintage, obviously, isn't it? So you tend to go for the sportswear.
Vintage.
Jackets.
I mean, the clue's in the name. It's a vintage kilo sale, but it's mostly, I would say it's mostly 80s and 90s, but there's also quite a lot of like noughties, if you call it that. Is it called noughties? Yeah. It's quite a lot of recent stuff as well that they're slipping in there now. But I guess as the years tick on, that becomes retro. So stuff in the noughties is now retro, isn't it? And stuff in the 90s and 80s is now vintage. So, you know, we're in a new decade, aren't we now? But
it just depends what sort of stuff that you're into selling.
Depends what you like selling.
If you like sportswear, there's plenty of sportswear. Chris goes more for the American sort of jerseys, don't you, and things like that, and jackets and stuff. But
there's three areas that I immediately look for straight away. The first one is sports shirts and sports jerseys. I always go to that one because those items go really quick. They generally have a high value and they're lightweight, because that's what you've got to remember. If you go to one of these vintage kilo sales and you're going to start throwing jeans in there, you are almost going to be paying £15 for a pair of jeans. So that's what you got to remember. But I go for sports shirts, like the 90s, 80s jackets and tracksuit tops. They go really well, like Adidas tracky tops and stuff. And music and gig related tour t-shirts. So if you see any that are like any really like gig t-shirts where they have all the dates on the back and stuff, they are good. So they're the first 3 areas that I look for.
Jason's just told me off. He said, "Come on now, I thought you had to say Norleans."
It just sounds stupid. It sounds stupid us saying Norleans.
Oliverine's asked what size something is. Oh, what size is the Ferrari top?
The Ferrari top. I think it's a medium.
And Mad Tatters give you some suggestions on keywords.
Medium.
For that.
All right. Okay. What's he said?
Says like that Ferrari top. Use keywords. Tifosi. These are the Ferrari Formula One fanatics. And Scuderia Ferrari, which is the full name of the racing team. Hence the SF on the badge.
Right. That's
Some
interesting.
Good keywords there.
Okay, I'll have to try and revisit that because my memory.
Yeah.
Let me just look at it because that way my brain will remember it better if I read it. Tifosi. These are fine. That's interesting. Thanks, Andy. All right, I'll carry on. I did have this in my hand. It's Chewbacca, obviously, but what it is, it's like an embossed velvet. So it's got this, it's sticky out sort of velvet on it, which is really nice. So I think based on a couple of listings that are already out there, I'm going to shoot for about £20 on that. So that's at 160. That's 160. Here's another t-shirt. I didn't see any gig t-shirts, by the way, any tour t-shirts. Very disappointed. DuckTales. That I'm going to look for about £20 on as well. There are some listed around that mark. Nothing in the UK, but that's only to my advantage. So DuckTales, 20 quid. So what's that? 180. I don't know, actually. 180.
Yeah, 180.
And one more item that I picked up is this Nike Air Jordan tracky top. Now, this is a tip, and do it from my experience, learn from my experience. When you're in these sales, it can be quite hard to see. It's very dark. Well, not always dark, but it can be a little bit, the lighting that ain't always great. It's like being in like a jumble sale or a flea market. The lighting is not great. Make sure you check a few things. Don't just buy everything. Just basically look at it and buy it. So a few things that I check are zips. Make sure the zip dongly bits are there. Danglies on the zips. That's always something that can be missing.
And the zips work.
And make sure the zips go up and down. Check the pockets. Make sure that there's no major issues with holes and stuff. And check things like the seams that are most stretched, things like armpit seams. Just very quickly, I'm not saying spend too much time on it, but just have a quick cursory glance over it. Now, I made a mistake on this, which I was really not upset, but I was disappointed when I got home because at first glance, you'd say that looks pretty good. Yeah. But when I got home, I discovered, in fact, it's that faint. Oh, there it is. I discovered that you might not see it on camera. That here is a paint mark. It's white paint and it's inside and outside, which is a bugger because I cannot get it off. I've tried everything to get it off.
Yeah, I walked into the kitchen the other day and I was like, why does the kitchen smell of turps?
I know. I was trying everything to get it off and I can't get it off. So if I'd have seen that at the sale, I'd have put that back. I wouldn't have bothered with it because paint, you're just not, the chances of you getting it off are really slim. So what I'm going to do with this, I would have listed it probably £30 to £40. I'm probably going to list it at £15. I'll highlight the damage on it and just hope for a quick sale on it. So I think 15 quid. And to be fair, to the naked eye as you're walking around, you can't even see it. But it's clear damage there. So 15 quid. So what's that? 80. So that's it. That's everything that I picked up. Now I'm hoping for £195 back, and I spent £39. It was 2.5, just over 2.5 kilos, which is nothing really for what I've spent in the past. So £39 into 195. Likelihood it'll be about 160 or something by the time I've taken offers, take your fees off it and whatnot. So if you can get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kilos of that level of profit, it's worth it. But it's very, very hit and miss.
We've just got a few comments about people can't believe in what's classed as vintage now.
Oh, right.
The fact that the 80s and 90s are classed as vintage.
Yeah, we are vintage.
And Dave likes my pronunciations of the Ferrari stuff.
Pretty
far from it by the sounds of it.
Any other?
Mad Tata said he picked up a Team Bieber tour sweatshirt fairly recently in a charity shop. Looks like it's worth about 40 to 50 quid. So
That's
not just
decent.
the old tour stuff that commands good money, it seems. Now, I would never have dreamt of picking anything Bieber up thinking it would be worth money.
I would probably pick it up because I've not had many tour t-shirts or gig t-shirts that haven't sold. And when you're paying £1, £2, £3 each, you're not going to lose on them, even if it's only a tenner you get back from them. They tend to do pretty well, and it's not like you say, Andy, it's not just the older ones. They're sort of the 2010s, even 2015, 16 seem to do well. But it's very much it all depends on the content of it, who the artist is as well.
I was looking Queenie Contests. There was a comment from Queenie Conquest. I was just put Y2K is early 2000s. Yes, you will find a proportion of clothes from this era at kilo sales. Good to sell on eBay and Depop.
Also, she's also said, check if you don't have fakes, if you're picking up NBA, NFL, football tops.
Don't think we've really seen many fakes, so have we?
I haven't seen a lot of fake stuff at all at the kilo sales. And I know that Glass Onion, that the company that supply most of these sales, do have quality control to a certain degree, and I think they've mentioned in the past that they do check for fakes. So they must. A lot of it is handpicked by staff anyway. They fly out to America and other countries, and their staff literally handpick stuff. So they must have a good trained eye for fakes, because if people start picking up a lot of fakes at these sales,
it's going to have a massive impact.
It's going to have, it will. People will stop buying from them. So yeah, I totally hear what you're saying. There will be some that filter in, because the fakes nowadays are really good. I mean, especially the football shirts. You'd be hard pushed to tell sometimes. Rewind says, when I hit kilo sales, I put blinkers on and go only for football and basketball. Yeah.
There is a lot. To be fair, I've only been to one, and that's when we went to the Glass Onion, and I was like a rabbit in headlights.
Oh, you didn't know where to go, did you?
Everybody swarmed in and just started grabbing things off the rails, and I was just like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I mean, I think at least next time this kind of stuff that we sell, and you know what to go for.
It's not even that. I'm just a bit too gentle for it. They just kind of go in and start ripping things off hangers and putting it in a bag, and then go and stand in a corner looking through it, and then just like put it back anywhere, the stuff they don't want.
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared. You didn't train me well enough for this.
You can't train for that.
We need to get a clothes rail up, and we'll have a practice run, right? Time me. And I'll run in and start pulling things off the hanger.
You'll have to. You just have to go to the sales and see what they're like.
Put some dodgy ones in there with a fake zip to see whether I can pass or fail.
Yeah. I tell you what. I mean, what happened? I tell you what happened at the kilo sale. I went to Manchester on Saturday. I was in the queue. I was quite near the front of this queue, and this older lady, these two not older ladies, but certainly older than me. What?
Oh, just like Takira apparently said he saw you at I don't know if it's a girl or a boy, seeing you at the Manchester Union Kilo sale on Saturday. I was standing right next to you waiting to get inside. Was too shy to say anything.
Bloody hell. Why didn't you say something? I was bloody freezing. I was bored waiting, so I was just browsing on my phone.
That's really sweet.
I wonder who was it? Who was on my left? There was a lady and her husband, I think, on the left of me, and on the right of me there was a young girl and a lad. I'm not sure. You should have just said hello. But while we were in that queue, did you see the older lady that turned up like about 5 minutes before the doors opened, and she went right to the front and said to like staff, "Oh, can we come in? We're traders." And I'm like, "Well, I'm a trader as well. Why can't I come in?" And she flashed something, and I'm like, "We're all in the same boat here. We've all paid £3 to get in. You know, wait your turn." But they let her in.
Really?
Because she said, "Oh, I'm trade." So they let her in, and the next minute they opened the doors. But when we got in there, I noticed that she was rifling through a load of scarves. And I just thought, well, you can keep your scarves anyway. I'm not buying scarves.
Apparently, Queenie Conquest was the one that saw you at Glastonbury. Oh, it must have been us because I was there as well, wasn't I?
Oh, right.
Are you going to the next one?
Yeah, I've got our names down for the February one. So I might see you there.
I think we're going to try and see if my lad will come with us as well, aren't we?
You'll have to let me know for sure because I'll have to put his name on the thing.
Okay. Mad Tata says, Joe, my wife says that's what elbows are for, sharpen them up and get jabbing them into people. I'm the person that wanders around with people walking into me apologising when it's not even me. I am that person. Oh, I'm sorry. And then I get really annoyed because I've said sorry about 1,000,000 times.
Peter says, I have a local jumble sale on this Saturday coming. Let the bargains commence. And I put, yeah. Oh, they're so bad. So bad.
Oh, there you go. Takia, I was with my wife.
Ah. Cool.
Next time, just say hello.
Yeah,
he doesn't bite. He's very friendly.
I am quite a shy person out in the wild. So that just, I'm not going to bite your head off. Just say hello. Jason Smith, happens to me all the time. I love chatting with people who watch and learn. Yeah, it's great.
But to be fair, like you said, Jason, most people hear you before they see you.
And to be honest, Jason just sticks out like a sore thumb anyway.
Yeah,
he's about 8 foot tall and a massive beard and a bald head. He's not exactly
put it one way.
Inconspicuous.
Yeah, well, like you, I never lost him when we was in the thrifting stores in America.
And
he said yes, he did see that lady.
Shy in the wild. I can be. I'm a very shy person. Actually.
He is.
I am a shy person. It's amazing.
You won't believe it when he's behind a camera, but face to face or in social situations, you are a bit of a...
Yeah. I'm not great. But I don't mind if people want to come and say hello. It's fine.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
He needs it. He needs the practice.
I know. Okay, so... shall we do some sales? Because what time are we on? No, we're okay. Should we do some sales from this week? Let's see if I can share the screen. Keep all your questions and comments coming. What do I need to do now? Share screen. Okay. Oh, there we go. I've just got an offer on something as well, just as we say that. Build-A-Bear offer. Mm-hmm. Someone's just offered on a Build-A-Bear. Okay, so I thought I'd go through some sales with you guys from the last week. So let's start here. So this was a nice one. You know how I like buying caps? Well, this was...
Really? Are you sure?
I've only got about 200 of them. Orange Arrows Jos Verstappen Formula 1 cap. and you can see here it's all the different photos. It's got all the branding on it, which is nice. And that one, that is generally how I photograph a cap. All those different angles, all the way around it. Show the back, the strap, and the inside. Normally I would, oh, actually I've got more. Oh yeah, I was going to say normally I'd do the tags as well, and there they are. And one final one. So all round pictures, and this one sold on offer actually for £38. It went for 38 using the global shipping program. So I think they've paid about £13 to ship this to Europe. What?
Dave's having a go. I was wondering if someone would pick you up on your pronunciation, because I have no idea. But yeah, it says we're both as bad as each other with our pronunciation.
It's just Verstappen. What is it then if it's not that? There's nothing wrong with that.
I have no idea.
Anyway, it's a nice sale, so that was that one. What did it cost me this? I think it cost me £4. Bought it with a couple of other Formula One caps. Yeah, I think it was £4. But I've been sitting on it a while. The thing with stuff like this is you just got to wait for the right buyer. It's probably not going to be a quick sell.
My tata said Max Verstappen is in Formula One currently, so that will have pushed interest in the name. Plus, Arrows isn't a team anymore.
Yeah.
But he also said it's Jos Verstappen.
I prefer my version. Okay, so this one, now this was a pickup from the States from our trip, and this was one of the early items to sell. I haven't listed everything yet, but I listed this, and one of them sold already. It's a Disney Parks graduation hat from 2019, and it cost $4. You can see there it's all nice and tagged. $4. I bought 3 of them. The first one is sold. It went on offer for £21, not $24.99. I wasn't going to refuse an offer of £21. So that was a nice little sale. Now, do you remember a video recently where I showed you these 2 items, Howard's Way box sets, and now here's another pronunciation, the Onedin line? The Wandin line.
I have no idea.
Oh, you know, on the last video, someone commented and told me how to pronounce it by spelling it out, and I can't remember. But the same person has bought both of these box sets, and this one went for Howard's Way went for 25, and that one went for 15. So together they went for £40 plus postage. So that was a nice sale, and they cost me together. They were £1 each, so that's £6.
Mad Tata said you got the 10. On Eden line right.
Okay.
There you go.
So in total, these cost me £10 and sold for 40. So not too bad. Not too shabby.
Do you know what the Howard's Way theme tune is?
Is it no, that's Amadale. I don't know.
Yeah, Dave, you're on your own. We don't know what it is.
Howard's Way. Yeah, I would know it if I heard it. Here's a sale from a recent vintage kilo sale, actually. Fred Perry jacket. So probably going off the weight of that, it wouldn't have quite have been a kilo, so it probably cost about £10, and sold for was it 40 or 38? I think it was £38 on an offer. Yeah, so a decent bit of profit, and it's gone GSP again. I think it's gone to Germany or France, that one. Now, the next item I'm going to show you, this was a cracking sale, and there was one guy who bought 7 of these heritage comic books. Now, I'm not going to show you them all because I couldn't be bothered getting them all up, but this is just 2 of them, and they were all 7 different listings, He bought 7 of them. We came to an agreement of £15 each. They were up for 25, but in the interest of letting 7 go. Oh, sorry. I've lost you all. There we go. In the interest of selling 7 to one person, we made a deal on £15 each. And yeah, this was a nice sale. They cost me 50p each. So I got, what was that, £105 and cost me, is that £3.50, isn't it? £3.50 into 105 plus postage, which was about £14. I did a deal with him on the postage as well because I didn't need to charge him £4 per item. So that was a cracking multi-item sale. 7 of these heritage comic books. So that's always one to look out for.
Just a quick.
Okay.
Just a minute.
No, don't play it.
Why?
No, I'll get done on the old thing.
Oh, even if we play a quick bit.
No, because if it's copyrighted, we'll get done.
Oh, that's a shame. I was gonna annoy everybody and put the Howard's Way theme tune in your heads.
You have to look it up later. Yeah, so we sold all those. What's this one? Oh, this was one of your pickups. You can explain this one. It didn't go for 42, it went for 33.
Oh, I got this when I was away with my mum, didn't I? This is, yeah, see? One of those moments where I was out, I'd taken my mum away for a few days to...
Go on, they don't need War
Can't
and
remember.
Peace.
No, I know, but I was just trying to think where I got it from. And we went out into the town centre for a bit and went around a couple of charity shops. Now, I looked at this, didn't think much of it, and put it back down because I couldn't get a reception. But then when we went out of the shop, I noticed that there was none of this particular one, but the actual make was going for good money. So,
And
yeah.
what did you pay for it?
About £3.
£3.
Yeah.
Went for 33.
It was a bit dirty, wasn't it? You had to clean like the box and stuff.
Yeah, it
up.
wasn't
It was
too
a bit,
bad. Yeah, we might have put a bit of
grubby.
dust on it.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a nice one. Now here's one. I've got tons of these Loot Crate t-shirts hanging about. So what I decided to do was bundle them together. And I used an app to pull the 4 pictures together into one, which is quite a nice thing to do. So I do have, it does look good when you do this. So if you've got multiple items in one lot, or you've got, say, a reversible shirt, you could put 2 on the one picture. So the main picture has both versions of it. So that's always a good thing to do. And this was quite a nice little sale to get rid of 4 shirts in one go. I think the cost is impossible for me to say on these because I've had loads of big bundles, but you're talking a couple of pounds at most. And guys, do you remember the big camera bundle? Well, I'm still selling stuff off it, and this was a really nice sale. £85 plus postage on top, and it's gone to Sweden. It's gone to Sweden.
Sweden? I
am Elga from Sweden.
Could you not think of a boy's name?
No, you know what? Isn't it from Trading Places? Where she gets on the train and dressed up and she goes,
oh, yeah.
I am Elga from Sweden. But I don't know if it says Elga. I'm just making it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a really, really nice sale. I'm making money on these now. If you remember, I think the whole bundle cost me about 140 quid or something. I can't remember, but I'm well into profit and I've still got stuff to list out of it. Thanks to anybody who gave me advice on these cameras, because I did revisit the video. I checked all the comments before I listed this stuff, and some cracking advice on it. This item, we actually bought this for Annabelle while we were in New Orleans.
Yeah, we were taken by surprise with how warm it was in New Orleans, and I wasn't prepared clothes-wise. So
yeah, we bought this T-shirt because LSU had just won the championship the night before, and they were already out in the morning selling. You can see at the bottom of the T-shirt, they were already selling the 2021, so they must have printed them overnight and had them out in the shops. So we paid full price for this because we were just buying it as a souvenir.
I wasn't buying it as a souvenir. I was buying it as something to put on because I was sweating to death.
Yeah. So we paid $15 for it. So we still made a profit because you decided you weren't bothered about keeping it when we got back. So I said, right, I'll list it. It was the first item that I listed, and it sold for a full £20.
Yeah, I think Andrew's left us.
Oh, has he gone?
Yeah. Bye.
See you later, Andrew. And finally, I'm showing you this Build-A-Bear because we all know that we love Build-A-Bears. And this one went for £25 on an offer. It's a dinosaur with a box and a certificate. The box and the certificate, plus it has a sound in it, a roaring sound, that all adds to the value of the Build-A-Bear. So if you find that you find Build-A-Bears with that and with that, plus the sound, then it is going to be worth more money more often than not. So that was, what did I pay for that? Not a lot, about £3 or something.
Yeah.
So that is our sales that we've shared for the week.
We went recesses. They found an LSU Monopoly the other week, and he's still sitting on no takers. Surprised they haven't jumped on that with them winning the championship.
Yeah, absolutely.
TK says, reckon you'll be up about £1,000 by the time you're finished with those cameras.
Yeah, I think I've sold bits and pieces out of it. So sold a camera, I've sold about 3 lenses, some accessories. I'm probably on about 250 quid. I've still got loads listed and loads unlisted. So I'm gonna easily surpass probably £500-600 at least.
Yeah, Dave has asked if I was naked until I found the LSU shirt. No, I had a denim shirt on, which was way too thick for the weather. So I was literally dying. So it was just a quick buy. Stopped me from passing out on the spot.
Have we got time to show any charity shops pick up?
10 to.
Right, we'll just do a quick what we picked up today in the charity shops.
A couple of people have said that they've not heard of that Star, whatever it was.
Yeah.
We like I said, I'd
not heard of it either.
No, and to look at it, it didn't.
It looked a bit like, like a cheapy toy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But actually, they have different ones, like different toys, and they were going for good money.
I think the only reason I tried to check it, even when I was in there, was because it did have a date on it, and it was like from, I don't know if it was the 90s or something, the date that was on it. So that was the only reason I even considered looking at it, because just to pick it up and look at it, the toy itself didn't look like much. But
hi, Carl. Don't worry, you at least you joined us. You're here.
Jazz dropped him.
And Peter as well. Okay, let's have a quick look what we picked up today. So we went into Cheadle, which is a little town not too far from us, about 15-minute drive. But what's good about Cheadle town centre is it's one street. It's about 300 yards long, but there's about 8 charity shops on there. So you can do a hit, 8 shops, one really short street, and it can be quite good because the area's very mixed. It's quite affluent, but also there's some no, there isn't really. It's quite an affluent area, to be honest, all around. So this item costs £5. It's a G-Star ladies jacket. Not showing the value because I literally haven't even had time to put any of this aside ready for listing. So that was a £5. What else did I get?
Mr. Diggs says, was there a TV show of Star Force? I have no idea. I never looked.
I don't think so.
I never looked into it. Once I'd realised that it was worth money on eBay, we just listed it because there was none of that particular one listed either. It meant we could put a higher price on it.
And Andy says, whoop, whoop, Cheadle. And also someone else, Queenie, said she likes Cheadle.
Just nice, easy walk, isn't it? And there's nice some
Keep it to yourself though. Don't tell anyone else.
There's some nice eaty places.
I picked up 3 of these nice frames. Now, what I'm going to do with these is I've got some movie-related pictures. In fact, I'll grab them quick and I can show you. Oh God!
Oh, it's all gone blurry.
What?
I've gone blurry.
Have you not got your glasses on?
Oh, hello.
It's because it's focused on me, the star of the show.
What did you say about sharpening my elbows?
Right. So basically, I picked these up. They are paid up for them. They're £1.50 each, but they're good quality. And what I'm going to do, I'm hoping they fit. Get in there. Get in there. I've got some of these mounted pictures. So I've got this like Back to the Future one. I've got, oh, that's a good one. Joker. Deadpool. So I've got some of those and they will fit nicely into those frames and I'll probably bundle them with stuff. So they'll come in handy. So no real sort of sale value as such. Here's a good one for all you retro 90s people.
Jive Bunny.
Paid £1 for this
Bunny.
Jive Bunny record. It's the extended Christmas party mix. So I'm going to keep this.
Let's party in Old Lang Syne.
I'm going to keep this for myself. I've got another Jive Bunny record that's pretty good, and it's signed by Jive Bunny himself, the real bunny. So yeah, that was £1. I'm going to keep that one. Some DVD box sets. Oh, there's another receipt. I need that. Oh, some DVD box sets. So this was, you remember this? This wasn't my thing growing up. It's Rumpole of the Bailey. You remember that one? I remember it being on, but I never watched it. But it's a 15-disc box set. So at £1, can't lose on that.
30 discs.
What?
There's 2.
No, I think it's 15 in. Oh, 30. Surely?
It says 15 in each.
30 discs. 30? Are you mad? That's going to be worth at least 20 quid. Open all hours, 4 candles.
Yeah.
4 candles. Series 1 to 4. It cost £1. Can't lose on it. This one's interesting. Muppet Show Series 1 and 2.
It's a special edition.
It's a special edition, 8-disc set. And we couldn't find the same one on eBay. We had a look in the shop, couldn't find it. But cost £4, probably going to be maybe 15 to 20.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're going to lose on that.
Queenie has said, have you listed the Star-Lord jacket yet?
Yes, I have. I think I put it about 40 quid. But if you're interested in it, feel free to make me an offer. I always give amazing deals to subscribers. Jason said, I love Jive Bunny's first record. We all love Jive Bunny. You can't not like it. It's just so good.
If you're of our era and you think of Christmas, it's just like your Christmas classics. Isn't it?
Oh, Jason, have you listened to the Cortinas yet? Let us know. Now, you found this, didn't you? It's like a throw for either your bed or your sofa or something.
But it's like a jersey, like a
fleece,
hoodie.
isn't it?
Yeah, like
it's
a fleecy
weird.
type hoodie.
It's proper weird, this. The Queen Mary. Is that a ship? It's a ship, isn't it?
You told me it was a ship.
I think it's a cruise ship. But it's a throw, and it was £3. So we thought it was worth a go, that. And the last item we got was this England shirt, England soccer football shirt, and that was £3.50, which I thought was fairly decent. I didn't look it up, but I know I'm going to have reasonable money in that. So that was it. We didn't get a huge amount, but we stopped for a bit of lunch, and that put us time-wise back a little bit.
Queenie wants to know what size the jacket is for that, but I don't.
I think it's a medium. I'm thinking it's medium. If you go on to my eBay store and just search Star-Lord, there you go. Moviefusion.uk, you can see it, and I will always do a good deal.
Jason says he's not yet listened to it. I've decided to do 7 YouTube shows in the last 6 days. So tomorrow I will caught up and listen to
It's
it.
fine. It's fine. I was only asking.
Death by Glamour says the Queen Mary is one of the most haunted ships in the world.
Ooh,
Ooh.
that is interesting. We might have brought back something that was contaminated with an evil spirit. What do you reckon?
Maybe. Olive Ryan says it's a medium because I think he queried it, doesn't he?
He did. I sent him a message about it.
Yeah.
So,
thanks for the link, Magtata.
Oh yeah, cheers. Thanks for doing that. So we've pretty much come to the end because it's 8 o'clock and
we've done our fluffing.
We've done our fluffing for Nick and Andrea. Oh, someone has. Oh, thank you, Simon. That's very kind of you. My first ever super chat. Thanks for all your content, help, and advice. Well, thank you, and thanks for joining us. We don't often get super chats. No one super chats us, but when they do, that is really
we've had the odd ones, but it is because we don't do it for that. But it is nice when
no, I know we absolutely don't do it for that. But thank you so much, very kind. It's nice. It's nice to know that you've enjoyed the content and you've got something out of it.
And to be fair, it goes to topping Chris's wage up now. He's full time.
Yeah, no. To be honest, I need it.
That's going to pay for an hour's worth of heating for him while he's listing.
Yeah, I can put the eating on tomorrow. I was an evil clown on the Queen Mary for Halloween back in 2001. Oh wow!
Why does that not surprise me, Jason?
No, it does not surprise me.
Why does that not? And I don't want to see photographs from that either. None whatsoever.
Mr. Diggs, thanks, Adrian. Appreciate that. So we're coming to the end. Yeah, we're about a minute to go. Anyone got any final thoughts, comments? Drop them in now, or we're going to call it a day. Victoria says, thanks for the live chat. We'll hunt out the kilo sales.
Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed your first live chat.
Yeah, and feel free to join us next week.
Quickly, Oliver, as I said before, we don't have any major updates for the big move at the moment. Sorry, completely forgot about that. Probably the only thing that we've had recently is we've got a 6 to 8 week closure on the house.
Yeah.
For our sale. So we're having to knuckle down and try to find a house before we become homeless.
And we haven't got any update from your job either yet, have we?
No update from my job yet. Still waiting. They've got a backlog of vetting to do. So I'm still waiting for that. But it's still looking like we're on track for the middle of March, hopefully. But if we do get any news, we will let you know. So thank you for asking though. Okay.
Yeah, no, thank you. And thanks for all your thanks. Batcave there and a few others.
Yeah, nice to see you all there.
And I think Nick and Andrea are just about to start their quiz. So feel free to go over to their channel and have fun over there. And thanks for joining us. I need to line up the outro video. Oh, bugger it. I should have been.
And I need to go to the airport to pick my son up.
Yeah, okay. So we'll see you later, guys. And thanks again. See you soon.
Bye.
Oh, look at how bent my thumb is there. I went like that. That's bad, isn't it?
Just matches.